Ready.
Good morning, Miss, and thank you for taking the time out to be a part of our interview.
Hi,
Can,
good morning.
can you please state your name, status, and school?
Well, my name is Miss Salma Khan, and I humbly serve as Divisional Head Secondary of East Islamic School.
Okay, thank you. Now, we are in the school profession and we have to build relationship with our students. Can you tell me two strategies you have employed to cultivate an excellent and effective teacher and pupil relationship?
Well, uh, choosing two will be difficult to narrow it down,
Yes.
but I will try to capture the ones that really had an impact on me. I will give two scenarios. One, I had a student who, for the entire of her primary school year and for 4 years of secondary, she did not speak to anyone except to her close peers. And so I took it as a challenge in my English A class to purchase a journal and to gift it to her. And I told her that it's optional, but she should write what she's feeling or whatever she wants to say to the teacher, but she doesn't have the guts to do it into the journal. So she was hesitant at first, and then she eventually took the journal, and I had written inside of the journal some little notes and some little motivations on random pages, including the day that was her birthday. And one of the messages in the note was, if you would like me to read that particular script for the day, then you should write at the top of it, read.
Okay.
So I would, before I had this bookshelf outside of here, I had another desk, and I told her, whenever I'm not here and you need me to read that journal, you can either push it under my table, my door, or you can leave it on the desk outside. And for the first 2 weeks, nothing. Communication remained the same. On the third week, the journal was under my door. And she started to speak. She talked about herself. She is an only child, whatever, and the communication started from there. And eventually, like 3 months into it, she started to interact in class. Right? So that was one that really, really stays
Felt
with me.
with you, yeah.
Yes, yes. The other one was a rebellious student, and no matter what I chose, what format I chose to get through to this student, it was difficult. And so I started paying attention to him at lunchtime and what his strengths were. He likes sports, he loves sports. So what I did, I had to teach statistical report writing. And I figured out that his famous cricketers were XYZ, and I placed them as the subjects in statistical report writing. And then I started to ask him questions, and I just played along.
So you can relate
So I
to
get
them.
get it out of him exactly. And by the end of the class, he came to me and he said, "Miss, I really thought that you didn't like me."
Oh.
And I was surprised that you asked me questions, and so it was an assumption on his side that I had a bias towards him, and I made an assumption that he had something against me as well, and that was able to break the barrier between the two of us. And after then, he got a grade one. Alhamdulillah.
And you have a wonderful relationship with them now.
Well,
You
yes,
can say that.
definitely.
Yeah.
My students and I are very close.
Very
yes.
cool. Well, that's very nice that you found very impressive ways to deal with these children and to look at them and observe them. The first one, I think that also would build the child composition's writing skills when she did that, and the second experience that you just mentioned, it just shows that if you can relate to them in their own ways, what they believe
In their
that will-
comfort zone.
yes, in their comfort
Yes.
zone, that you will be able to get onto them.
Students are really good at heart. It's just that we have to break the barriers to learning.
Yes,
That's
and-
basically what it is. We
Yeah.
have to observe and break those barriers.
Yes, that is true. I just want to say thank you for taking the time out to be a part of this interview.
You are welcome. It's good to have you guys here.
Thank you.
Hello. I am Bibi Farid Karim, a trained teacher attached to Isa Islamic Nursery School as a senior assistant mistress. I am a teacher of the one of the year 2 nursery class. I am honored to relate to you two case studies based on the question. Provide two strategies that you have implemented to cultivate an excellent and effective pupil teacher relationship. My first case study is about a child, John. He is in a nursery year one, and his brother is in the nursery year two. And due to his brother finishing the nursery year two and going over to the grade one, he had to continue in the school in the year two nursery. But his brother had to go to a separate school. And so this separation did a lot of damages. And he really, really was upset about it. So when he started the year two class for the new term, he did not want to enter the classroom. He cried a lot, pulled his hand away from his mom and myself, and he didn't want to enter the classroom. When his mom left him in the classroom, he would go and open the door and run out of the classroom. So I started to go, and after a couple of days, I started to go to the door to collect him, give him a hug, give him a kiss, and bring his bag, put it on the kit stand, and bring him into the classroom, allow him to sit with me at my table. And I then talked with him for a while and tried to get him to understand that his brother has grown and has to go to another school while he has to continue at the nursery school. And sooner or later, he's going to join his brother after he has finished his nursery school. So this this was going on for like a few weeks. I had to talk to him, call him and talk to him, give him some hug and show him some love. And I had to tell short stories at the end of my session every day and remind him when he was about to leave that I want to see you tomorrow because I'm going to really miss you and I want to see you come to school tomorrow, right? And so that those are the two strategies I have used, helping him to understand and to use storytelling. The other case study is about a child. His name is Jim. He had a communication problem. And so when he came to school, he didn't want to he didn't want to answer any questions. He would not say greet the teacher. He would not greet most of his peers, right? And he would just go and sit down by himself. And whenever he is asked to do something, he would go and do it, but without saying anything. So I had to use a strategy of building confidence in him. So during my sessions, I would call the children and let them take turns to come in front of the classroom to recite a rhyme, to sing a song, to say whatever they want to say about their weekends and so on. And so when I called on him, he would say things and I would prompt him, and then I would give praises to them and him also. And then sometimes I would let him call on some of his friends that he wanted to join him in front of the classroom to sing a song or say a poem or to say a part of the Quran or something. So he would call on them and they would come out and join him. And then eventually he started to communicate with some of his friends. And I would talk to him every single day, call him at my table and conversate with him. And then I used another strategy of giving him tasks in the classroom. For example, I asked him to share out some colored papers to all his friends, but I asked him to ensure that the child tells him what color they want. Ask them what color they want, and so he can give them that color that they needed. And so I had other tasks for him to come to me and ask me what he need to do in the classroom because I wanted him to do other tasks in the classroom. So he would come and say, "Teacher, what do I have to do today?" And then I said, "Okay, well, you have to go and help teacher pack up all the books on the shelf, and you can call a friend or two friends to help you." So in this case, I use building confidence and I use tasks in the classroom, give him tasks in the classroom. And that really, really helped. And he started to communicate, and eventually he started speaking with more of his friends. And when he come in the classroom, he would come and I spoke to his parents also. He would come and say, give me a greeting in the morning, and I asked him to also greet his friends and other teachers. So this really, really helped.